What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA Saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, for today's video I have a real bombshell. I will show you a quite interesting investigation in regards to the top level executives of TRCH, Next Bridge Hydrocarbons and Metamaterials. And if you don't know how to react on this entire story, just be an observer and in my opinion, the justice will prevail, and at the end of the day, MMTLP community will win this battle, regardless of who are fighting against us. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for you. And let's begin today's video with this tweet that I covered just yesterday. It is the response of Due Diligence to Scott Trott, and he told right here that he didn't know John Burda back in the days before the TRCH merger. But guys, take a look right here. Scott responded this. Scott wrote this tweet just several hours ago on March the 1st, and he wrote, didn't age well, Andrew. You are recorded on a disgrace call talking about how you knew Burda before it was trading. And are you one of the pumpers the SEC mentioned in its brief against Burda and Palikaras? Yeah, I would be worried about that FBI IC3 complaint against you. And are there more? How's your pal, real Greg McCabe? Are you still having a conversation with yourself and slipping all kinds of defamation in when you can? You are the complete pumper and scumbag we all knew you to be. As far as intelligence goes, you posted a request to hack a private meeting and reward those who do. In the arena of intelligence, you are running last place there, Mr. McTaggins. Or is it a real Greg McCabe today or tomorrow? And guys, I have to admit that as I already mentioned multiple times, I don't like this type of attacks inside the MMTLP community. But at the same time, if you look at this entire situation out of the box, we have basically two people who are attacking each other. One of them is Scott Trott, and the second one is Due Diligence. And Due Diligence, let me show you that he's still trying to promote his own path to the resolution. Well, wait a second. So, just a couple of days ago, he wrote this tweet: how you should approach Congress in order to be the most efficient in this conversation. And he also added another tweet. And guys, I have to admit that on the one hand, it is very reasonable tweet, but on the other hand, Drew is doing this for more than I think 2 years. He's trying to contact Congress members and other authorities, and unfortunately, we don't see any results. At the same time, guys, Scott Trott filed a lawsuit, and yes, I think this lawsuit is not a perfect one, and to be honest, I don't know any lawsuits that could be perfect and that are perfect. But at the same time, he's still fighting, and we have a lot of updates from his side, and at least he is trying to pursue other paths rather than just calls or meetings with Congress. And I don't want to tell you that it is an efficient way. I just want to tell you that we have to pursue any possible path to the resolution. And that is why, guys, our main goal is still the same. We have to see the resolution. But ask yourself honestly, do you care about the wrongdoers? And do you care about their financial statements or their money or their behavior in general? I think you don't care about them. But if so, why you don't want to see some answers on tricky questions from C-level executives like John Burda, George Palikaras, and Greg McCabe? And to be honest, they are they are not so, I would say, responsive to this community. And on the one hand, yes, some of them, like John Burda, are trying to be more communicative with the MMTLP community. At the same time, he doesn't respond to the tricky questions itself. And this is quite, let's say, unusual behavior for innocent people. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. So let me show you again this tweet, and I want to pay your attention to this audio. It is the recording of due diligence statement where he clearly said that he knew John Burda long before the TRCH was the TRCH merger, and it is contradicting to his own statement. On top of that, guys, let's take a look again at Scott Roth's tweet. You can see, for example, this one. He wrote this just several hours ago. If there is any one reason why Congress does not listen to MMTLP shareholder, this is it. Andrew Yagani, Karma Collects, going off so many rails across the spectrum that he looks like the complete hack and pumper he has always been. What do you say, Andy? Or will you ask Real McCabe to reply, or Mr. McDuggins? MMTLP folks, when they say pound your head against the wall and keep doing it, because after 2 years of pounding it with Congress, we've gotten nowhere. But it's better than holding McCabe and Burda and Plant accountable. They mean it, but they are paid to pump and distract, and this doesn't mean the hit should be off Schwab, FINRA, GTS. Just look at all the lawsuits that include all of the bad actors here. But look at who clutched their pearls still after Chase just stripped McCabe of his accounts. UL took his leases, while reports show big fat goose eggs for oil, not enough to loop a goddamn bike chain for Christ's sake. And then you get the big picture. Too many benefited from this scam, and the only ones trying to fight are in court. The rest is all smoke and mirrors, all pro-fraudsters looking for their next grift. And guys, I will show you within a minute a very interesting investigation that basically proves this statement. But first of all, guys, let's begin with this update. 21 hours ago, Scott wrote this, and this is the screenshots from the most recent update that was written by SEC in regards to the SEC versus Burda and Palliker's case. And Scott wrote, Burda gave himself a $1.5 million bonus, hired social media people to pump. It's worse than you thought, folks. My best guess is McCabe is the recipient of the redacted subpoena Burda filed. Doesn't appear to be the avian porn star. And guys, take a look right here. He added just a couple of screenshots, and let me quote this in details. Defendants initially believed that merely emphasizing the preferred dividend in a press release announcing the merger would trigger a short squeeze and then a surge of Torchlight's stock price. But when the market did not immediately react following that announcement, defendants engaged in a deceptive promotional campaign designed to spread the short squeeze narrative to certain groups of investors, while concealing that they were the source of the short squeeze narrative, and without disclosing their scheme or plans to invest in public. For example, Burda caused Torchlight to retain stock support consultants to spread the short squeeze narrative, instructed these consultants to make sure investors understand the dividend properly, and caused Torchlight to keep inadequate books and records and to maintain inadequate internal controls regarding these consultants to conceal the deceptive purpose for which they were generously paid $3,000 to $5,000 per month plus stock warrants. And the second screenshot is following. Torchlight's stock price fell dramatically after the ATM offering. Meanwhile, Palliker took over as CEO of Meta 2, a company suddenly flush with cash raised from defendants' pre-merger scheme. For his efforts, Burda requested and received a bonus of $1.5 million in cash. In justifying his bonus, Burda noted his success in manipulating Torchlight's market cap from $30 million to nearly $1.44 billion, and that Torchlight would not have sufficient funds to pay a $1.5 million bonus or its existing obligations, but for the proceeds of the ATM offering. And guys, I think it is a first bombshell in today's video, but the second one I will show you within just 1 minute. First of all, I want to show you in response to this statement of due diligence that he, wait a second, it was right here on Scott Roth Twitter account, where he stated that he didn't know Burda before, that he knew Burda before the MMTLP merger. Here's the statement of Mark Basile in response to the same phrase. And Mark wrote, if the MMTLP community reads the SEC's response to the motion to dismiss, it does paint an interesting story. And they didn't even get to the MMTLP issue, which is the very wide net of the MMTLP debacle that is likely the subject of the ongoing investigation. Interesting though, that the continuing narrative is shorts from TRCH to shorts to MMTLP. If TRCH was in fact short, naked or otherwise, that could be a substantial defense, because then many of the statements made could be true. It's not illegal to talk about a short squeeze or even develop a market strategy around that. Hedge funds do that all the time, but we know this is only the first lawsuit, and another one dealing directly with similar issues will likely be filed, but dealing with MMTLP. And this is quite interesting statement. Maybe the SEC will share their data on shorts on TRCH if the MTD is denied and the parties proceed to discovery. That could be one of the holy grails in the community is pursuing. And guys, as I already mentioned, we are about to see a huge breakthrough in our case. One way or another, guys, we will see the resolution. And this resolution might not be so pleasant for a lot of community members. Some of you basically don't want to see C-level executives as defendants and as wrongdoers. But guys, I told you multiple times that we cannot have a partial justice. If something was wrong and if something is wrong with MMTLP, do you care about the wrongdoers? If you lost your money, do you care who stole it from you? I don't think that you care about them. That is why, guys, just relax and patiently wait for the resolution. And let me show you that for some reasons John Burda didn't post anything in his Twitter account in regards to the most recent updates. And definitely I understand him and his position, because every his statement might be used against himself. That is why he is extremely quiet. But let me show you a real bombshell, huge bombshell of today's video. Trader Zero wrote this, and guys, it is a very interesting and important article. I will quote you this in details. The $150 million outcome, how McCabe, Burda and MMAT executives structured the MMTLP transaction. Disclaimer: this analysis relies on SEC filings, press releases and public records as of February 28, 2025. All claims are documented, and estimates are not as such. Trader Zero does not allege violations or misconduct respecting ongoing litigation, including SEC versus Burda. No personal identifiers are linked to this work. And guys, this is just an investigation of Trader Zero, and I have to admit that it is quite interesting to read. And if you disagree with these statements, try to oppose it. And if don't, just as I already mentioned, relax and watch how the justice is coming. But let me quote you this in details. Introduction: a corporate strategy under scrutiny, a comprehensive review of the SEC filings, financial disclosures and transaction records of the Torchlight Energy chairman Greg McCabe and CEO John Burda. For over 2 years, retail investors have focused on the MMTLP trading halt by FINRA in December 2022, attributing their losses to regulatory actions or market dynamics. SEC filings, financial disclosures, and transaction records reveal that Torchlight Energy Resources Metamaterials and their executives, Greg McCabe and John Burda, structured a transaction delivering approximately $150 million in estimated value to Greg McCabe, leaving retail with illiquid next breach hydrocarbon shares. The SEC's ongoing scrutiny includes its June 25, 2024 lawsuit against Burda and pressure on NBH's 2023 financial, questioning the $72 million pre-merger valuation of the Orogrande Basin highlights the complexity. This analysis, grounded in documented evidence, explores these dynamics, noting all claims are subject to ongoing legal proceedings as of February 28, 2025. Key insights include TRCH's oil and gas assets were strategically shifted to NBH before the spin-off, limiting retail investor returns. McCabe and Burda leveraged their positions to secure significant personnel gains during the merger and spin-off. The Series A preferred shares of MMTLP were designed for OTC trading, but failed to deliver lasting value to retail holders. And here is the part 1. Torchlight's financial strain and the MMAT merger. By late 2020, TRCH faced mounting financial pressure. Its 2020 10K reported $25 million in liabilities against just $144,000 in revenue. On December 14, 2020, TRCH announced a merger with MMAT, a Canadian nanomaterials firm, detailed in its Def M14A. Marketed as a high-tech transformation, and the deal was a reverse takeover with MMAT's leadership assuming control by June 28, 2021. To address TRCH debt, MMAT launched a $150 million at the market offering, raising an estimated $137.5 million from new retail investors. The SEC alleges Burda and Polycros planned a short squeeze via MMTLP to inflate Torchlight stock for the ATM, per its June 2024 complaint. Subject to litigation, Burda, TRCH CEO, promoted the merger on social media, collaborating with influencers like Atlas Trading, who amplified retail interest. The stock peaked at $10.88 in June 2021, up from $1.5 average earlier this year. Number 2. The ATM offering and insider transactions. The $150 million ATM facility enabled TRCH MMAT to sell shares into the retail-driven surge, generating approximately $137.5 million in proceeds. McCabe, TRCH's chairman and major shareholder, reaped significant benefits. Pre-merger, he converted $1.6 million in debt into 4.1 million TRCH shares at $0.375 and $1 per share, potentially worth up to $44 million if sold at the June 2021 peak, though no Form 4 confirms a sale. McCabe has approximately 30 LLCs that can be used to sell shares, or shares can be sold directly to the company in an ATM offering. Common sense applies here. Post-merger, he sold 6.77 million Series A preferred shares between November 2022 and January 2023, NBH S1 amendments, netting approximately $58 million at an average price of $8.58. Burda sold 300,000 TRCH shares in 2020 for roughly $120,000, a modest transaction predating the merger surge. No SEC filings indicate post-2021 sales of MMT or MMTLP by Burda. Again, there are loopholes that skirt reporting. Number 3. MMTLP, a dividend that didn't deliver. Post-merger, TRCH shareholders received Series A preferred shares as a dividend tied to its oil and gas assets, notably the Orogrande Basin. The MMAT merger agreement required these shares to be exempt from SEC registration, structured under Section 4A2, and they were assigned QCIP for OTC trading as MMTLP beginning in December of 2021. Retail investors expected a payout from an eventual Orogrande sale. However, the SEC alleges Burda misrepresented plans for a sale, claiming he planned a spin-off since December 2020, and Polycross misrepresented MMTLP's value at $1 or $20 per share on May 13, 2021, with no basis, both under litigation. Between October 2021 and November 2022, MMTLP price surged to $12, fueled by social media rumors of a short squeeze, per SEC allegations. Burda and Polycross promoted this narrative, but no sale occurred, subverting shareholders' expectations. MMAT spent $14.2 million drilling Orogrande in 2021 to maintain university lands leases, not for sale. MMTLP peaked at $12 before FINRA's youth halt on December 9, 2022, citing settlement uncertainty, and converted to non-tradable NBH stock on December 14 of the same year. Number 4. Asset transfer to Next Bridge Hydrocarbons. The spin-off transferred Torchlight's oil and gas assets to Next Bridge Hydrocarbons, incorporated as Oilco Holdings, in July 2022. Planning began in December 2020, with Burda pitching it, and enacted in August 2021, and assets moved pre-spin-off. Key actions included: MMAT issued $21 million in indebtedness to NBH post-merger, with $15 million secured by Greg McCabe's MMAT common stock and his Orogrande interest, risking MMTLP shareholders' asset value before December 14, 2022 spin-off. MMAT transferred $15 million in related debt into NBH, later purchased by McCabe in August 2023, making him NBH's largest creditor. By September 30th of 2022, NBH reported $30,124 in revenue, a $4.76 million net loss, and $21.15 million in short-term debt against $2.1 million cash, risking MMTLP shareholders' value pre-spin-off. Torchlight Energy was, and Next Bridge Hydrocarbons is, revenue restricted. McCabe and his business have structured deals so that McCabe receives any revenue from actual oil and gas activity or the sale of assets. Shareholders are holding a stock without the value they think they have. And guys, I have to admit that it is literally blowing my mind. NBH's 2023 10K faced SEC scrutiny, with Orogrande's $72 million pre-merger valuation questioned. Impairments should have been recorded earlier. Retail investors received NBH shares without DTC eligibility, restricting trading while McCabe retained significant influence. And number 5, McCabe's strategic positioning. Greg McCabe's role expanded post-spin-off. In August 2023, he purchased NBH's $15 million debt from MMAT, becoming its largest creditor, and secured 25% lien on future Orogrande production, tied to prior leases via Hotspeth Oil. This lien built on Torchlight's August 2014 acquisition of Hotspeth Oil Corporation's 172,000 acres in the Delaware Basin, where McCabe received more than 860,000 shares, $100,000 in fees, and 10% working interest backing after payout. Control predating the NBH spin-off on December 14, 2022. Between June 28, 2021 and December 8, 2022, McCabe did not loan money to MMAT, as documented in SEC filings, including MMAT's Def 14A and 10Qs. His activities focused on holding and trading Series A preferred shares, established post-merger with no oil and gas assets, used as a collateral for loans during this period. In October 2024, filings note McCabe's Louisiana Heritage play proposed for NBH reflecting his asset-focused strategy. His early influence began in 2016 with a $150,000 loan to Torchlight, converted into Series C preferred stock, and $250,000 loan from Green Hill Minerals, his son's entity, with warrants for 100,000 shares. As NBH chairman and CEO since January 19, 2024, McCabe oversees a company echoing TRCH structure, same assets, overlapping management. And number 6, SEC oversight and MMAT collapse. The SEC's June 25, 2024 complaint against Burda alleges he misled investors about MMTLP and paid an unnamed management team $480,000 from January 2021 to prepare the spin-off, with the procedural challenges noted in Burda's February 26, 2025 motion and this February 28, 2025 response. The SEC also claims Burda secretly funneled $20,000 monthly to NBH's initial management team from January 2021, concealing this in Torchlight books per its June 2024 complaint, aiding Meta's 2's books and records violations under litigation. NBH's 2023 financials are under review, with 4 SEC comments rounds questioning Orogrande's $72 million valuation. SEC filings from Torchlight, such as Form 10Q, reveal inadequate detail on McCabe's related party transactions, potentially breaching Regulation S-K Item 404, as noted in the SEC's complaint. For instance, the $150,000 loan conversion omitted rationale or impact, the Hudspeth acquisition lacked fairness analysis, and Green Hill Minerals warrant issuance omitted conflict risks. These gaps may have obscured Torchlight's financial health and insider influence for investors. Meanwhile, MMTLP filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy on August 9, 2024, with the court-appointed trustee liquidating assets, ending its role. Burda reflected on the outcome in a December the 3rd of 2024 ex post. Said as part of MMAT and MMTLP is retail got screwed when they played by the rules and regulators let it happen. This statement highlights investor frustration, fueling demands for accountability. And number 7, the $150 million outcome. The transaction yielded substantial financial benefits for insiders. McCabe's confirmed gains total $131 million, including $58 million from MMTLP sales. And I have to admit that it is up to $150 million, mind-boggling number. Retail investors at the same time, expecting an oil payout, now hold no tradable NBH shares. Their value diminished by impairments and illiquidity per SEC scrutiny. Conclusion: a structured deal, not a mystery. The MMTLP transaction was not a random failure, but a deliberate corporate strategy by TRCH and MMAT executives. McCabe secured significant financial gains and asset control. Burda shaped the narrative. MMAT raised capital before collapsing. The SEC's ongoing review, supported by 636,000 pages of evidence FOIA data, promises further clarity, with procedural changes noted in related litigation. Retail investors deserve answers. Why were assets shifted early, and why did insiders benefit while shareholders lost out? This is the crucial question of this entire article. The biggest question is, will the MMTLP community ever shake off the cognitive dissonance and finally turn their anger in the right direction and take action against executives? It's their only chance to get restitution. I don't think they will. The information in this article is derived directly from the public record, yet it's dismissed. Time will tell, and based on the recent actions towards next breach, it appears time is running out. TZ. And guys, I have to admit that it is a real bombshell of today's video and of MMTLP saga. It is a very structured article with all the documents that are mentioned in each and every fact, supporting basically each and every fact. That is why, guys, it is up to you to decide who is the real wrongdoer, but I will continue in tomorrow's video. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life I'm